What's going on, folks? Ted from Immersion here, and it is dawning of the last day, dawning of the final 10 hours, actually, of the Legendary Undead Kickstarter from our friends over at Jetpack 7. If you're unfamiliar, this is a Kickstarter that's going to be, I'm collaborating on, as well as some other folks in the TTRPG space, and it is essentially a resource guide for all things undead. If you're familiar with Jetpack 7's previous works, something like Legendary Dragons, this is that, but obviously tied to undead. Taking in your feedback from Legendary Dragons and providing more stuff, not just on the high end, but more things you'll be able to utilize across multiple tiers of play. If you were to go ahead and take a look at the Kickstarter here, as you can see, the final 10 hours and just $250 away from unlocking another stretch goal, which will add another Legendary Undead to the book. So if we were to scroll down and take a look, there's actually a PDF sample here of all previous Jetpack 7's work, or a bunch of them if you want to see what they've done. Again, estimated delivery for this is, we're looking for November or October of 2024 for the PDF, and looks like December for the hardcover, but there actually is going to be some stuff available kind of piecemeal as we go. Rather than waiting until the final product is available to give you the PDF, you'll be getting sort of updates throughout the Kickstarter process post the Kickstarter ending, and you'll be able to you'll also be able to back it after the fact too, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But like I said, anything you're thinking about you might want for Undead, whether that's motivation, character and class-based options, stuff like that, this is the book for you. You can see I've done a couple videos. Mr. Tarask's done some videos on it. It talks a lot about who this book is for, right? So obviously the GM who wants great options for Undead, this is the place to go. If you want to challenge your players, if your players have memorized the monster manual, maybe even some other books, and you want to throw new stuff at them, this is a way to do that as well. Again, a bunch of encounters covering all tiers of play, going all the way up from level 1 to level 20, saving you prep time. We've got a bunch of different options here. Like I said, player options as well. Estimated it to be around 150 plus pages or so. And then again, there's a variety of different pledge levels to get you everything from just a PDF of the book to a PDF and a hardcover. There are prints you can get. There are custom covers you can get. You can see a little bit here. This is kind of Blackstorm Realms. This was the base cover. And then here was the collector's cover. Has a different coloration, has some foil printing on the front, and so on. Here you can obviously see the stretch goals, adding additional Legendary Undead. A monster, a vampire variant was added. You guys actually voted on which player option you wanted first, which was actually the Tomb-born Sorcerer, a subclass that I designed, which actually should be available to you extremely quickly after the Kickstarter is done. I already wrote the subclass. It's done. I think we're just waiting on art for that. So as soon as that's available, or maybe even sooner, you'll have that subclass for you to play. An additional Legendary Undead was added at 30K, another PC vote option at 35K, and then at 40K, again, which were $250 away, another Legendary Undead option there. Again, I have a brand new level 1 to 20 class called the Necromancer, which is designed to give you the actual Necromancer that you want. It's going to be in this book as well. And then, like I said, here we go, so on and so forth here. So if we were to go ahead and look at the updates section, we could see the 35K stretch goal was reached, and it says Tomb-born Sorcerer won the vote with 55%, and here is a little bit of text here. It says, we will develop and release the Tomb-born first as early release content, and then more as we progress. So like I said, that is basically done as far as design goes. I've written it. It's ready to go. It's just basically at this point waiting for art, and we were hoping to have that art ahead of time so we could basically be ready to release. But I do actually have some information if you're worried about missing, if you happen to catch this after it ends. So it says, after the Kickstarter ends, you can sign up for the Jetpack 7 mailing list and be notified of when the PledgeManager opens, which will be early next year. And then you can obviously still back it at that point, or at least sign up, pay for it, via PledgeManager and get it that way, so you can still get access to the book. So yeah, like I said, at this point, it's pretty much ready to go as far as the Tomb-born Sorcerer goes. There will be another vote coming out for folks to vote for the next player option. Some of the other ones that I've designed will probably be in there, potentially mixed with some other player. There was a vampire like race option as well. So anyway, I just wanted to let you all know that this was kind of the last few minutes of the Kickstarter. It obviously would mean a lot to me because I'm actually, I'm working and providing multiple contributions to this Kickstarter. So supporting it does help to support me as well. And like I said, you want to get another Legendary Undead option. It's just a couple $100 away, so let people know. I'll have a link in the video description as well as the pinned comment. That is actually a tracking link. So at the end of this, when all sales are done, Jetpack7 will be able to look at that tracking link and say, hey, Ted from Nerd Immersion drove X percentage of the sales, and actually it's gone up a little bit since we've been talking here, but X percentage of the sales of this Kickstarter was generated from folks who clicked my link, which helps to show not only Jetpack7 the power of the Nerd Immersion community, but also ultimately in a business move, it helps me be able to, when people are looking to possibly, add me to have sponsor videos for me for their Kickstarters, it lets them know, hey, he's got pull. This is kind of numbers that he's done in the past. Again, that's a little more businessy side of things, but it's a real aspect, right? The more that I can show how willing my fans are to support things that I have put my faith in, it goes a long way to, again, help continue to support the channel and maybe one day ultimately do that and make the jump to full-time creator as opposed to doing all of what I've been doing with a day job on top of this. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Things have been wild in my day job life, actually. I can't actually talk about why, but it's been crazy. So, yeah, that's why I've been kind of very infrequent. So I apologize to those if you sent me an email. I'm working on answering those, but also if I haven't made too many videos, it's because of that. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.